Hello, my name is Enrique, and I'm going to be demonstrating how we are utilizing Blind Insight with a OpenAI LLM to utilize common language to run queries against otherwise sensitive data without revealing any personal private information. I'm going to start with a basic risk summary against this fraud data set that we have here. And I'm going to be asking it, what's the high risk summary for the United States over the last 90 days? So it's large area, right? Large demographic, United States, single region, but then a time frame, 90 days. And I'm going to get some statistics here around this. And 202 total entities reviewed. Out of these, 131 entities were flagged, resulting in a high flag ratio of approximately 64.85%. This indicates significant level of risk within the high-risk segment in the region during this period. And we can also bring this down into a level of segmentation. So if we wanted to find out what the dominant fraud categories in Great Britain were, for example, we could just go ahead and give it a simple sentence. What are the dominant fraud categories in GB, Great Britain, for high-risk entities? And it's going to give you a nice little breakdown. This is formatted utilizing a markdown output, so you can just copy and paste it into like a Word doc, for example, or an email pretty easily. You get here the 479 flagged cases, card fraud is 469, account takeover is 404, et cetera, et cetera. Additionally, if you wanted to do something around period comparison or trend detection, is fraud trending up or down in Germany? Compare 90 days to 180 days, for example, right? We're going to hone in on DE for Germany in terms of the region, jurisdiction, and then give us some statistical analysis here, which is what the LLMs are really strong at. And this is all without releasing any personal private information. So the the orchestrator that we have that talks between OpenAI and this tool, the interface here, is processing that request in natural language and then formatting a query utilizing the orchestrator that we then communicate through the Blind Insight proxy. So when we are utilizing our query key in the proxy side to communicate to the encrypted data, the only thing that is actually being sent back and forth is a structured query. And then we receive back only the information that we asked for. There's no extra anything happening anywhere. We're not getting any individual otherwise compromising data in this payload back and forth. And this works for all types of stuff. If we wanted to do a cross-jurisdiction analysis, for example, right, are card fraud rates consistent across jurisdictions, or are there regional hotspots? This is a ambiguous or vague phrasing, but I'm really curious to know if we have this kind of information in the data set, right? So we're going to utilize OpenAI to help us formulate that query and what that looks like, and then send that query across, and we're going to get back some information conversationally in a way, but in a way that is human readable and completely relevant to our data set. So that is a very brief demo of how this is working. There is definitely more we can do with it, but I'm looking forward to working with Blind Insight and Jackie more on this in the future. So cheers.